All right, today we're diving into The Rattrap, a story that, on the surface, feels like a classic fairy tale, but it really gets you thinking about human nature. It poses this one really powerful question. Can a person's inner goodness be awakened, no matter how cynical or lost they seem? Let's get into it.
So let's start with the central idea that powers this entire story. Just imagine for a second. What if you looked at the entire world, all its good things, its joys, its riches, and all you saw was bait and one gigantic trap?
This is the core philosophy of our main character. In his world, life isn't about opportunity. It's just one big, elaborate rat trap. And us, we're all just rats, scurrying around, trying our best not to get caught.
So, who is this guy with such a dark outlook on life? Let's meet the peddler. You know, this isn't just some random, gloomy thought he had. This whole worldview comes from a really tough life. He makes these little wire rat traps, but to get by, he has to beg and even steal. The world has never been kind to him, so thinking badly of it gives him this strange sort of pleasure. He actually enjoys picturing other people getting caught in life's snares.
But you know how it goes. Just when you think you've got the world figured out, it throws you a curveball. The world he hates suddenly offers him a moment of real kindness, which of course, in his mind, is just another piece of bait.
One night, instead of the usual sour faces shutting the door on him, a lonely old crofter actually welcomes him in. We're talking a warm meal, tobacco, even a friendly game of cards. It's a kind of trust and generosity he probably hasn't seen in, well, forever. And this old guy is just so open, it's almost unbelievable. He's so happy to have the company that he proudly shows the peddler the 30 kroner he earned from his cow, and he keeps it in a leather pouch hanging right by the window. I mean, the bait has officially been laid out.
And, yep, you guessed it. The peddler's cynical side takes over. The very next morning, he goes back, smashes the window, and grabs the money. In his mind, he just proved his own point. Kindness is just a setup for betrayal.
And at first, he doesn't feel guilty at all. Actually, he feels pretty smart, you know, proud that he outwitted the old man in the world's big trap. So he avoids the main road, ducks into the woods, thinks he's home free.
But that forest, it's not the escape he was hoping for. Oh no. By taking the bait, he has just walked straight into a much bigger trap, and it is about to snap shut.
This is the moment it all clicks for him. The big, confusing forest becomes his own personal prison. He walks for hours, only to realize he's just going in circles. The woods, with all their tangled branches, literally close in on him. Those 30 kroner were the bait, and now the world's rat trap has got him for real.
So he's totally exhausted, basically on the verge of collapsing, when he hears this sound, the thumping of hammer strokes. He follows it to the Ramjo Ironworks, and right here, at his absolute lowest point, the story takes this incredibly weird turn.
Okay, so get this. The blacksmiths there, they barely even look at him. But the owner, the ironmaster, storms in and mistakes this dirty, ragged peddler for an old army buddy of his, a Captain von Stahle. And the peddler, well, he sees a chance for a handout, so he just rolls with it, doesn't correct it.
So they take him to the manor, he gets cleaned up, gets a fine suit to wear, but then, in the bright light of morning, the ironmaster sees his mistake, and it is crystal clear. He's furious, calls the peddler dishonest, and threatens to get the sheriff involved. The peddler has stumbled from one trap right into another.
Just as the whole situation is about to explode, someone else steps in. It's the ironmaster's daughter, Edla Wilmanson. And when she arrives, she sees something entirely different. For the ironmaster, the answer is a hard yes. He's been deceived, end of story. But for his daughter, Edla, it's not that simple. It's Christmas Eve, and she's facing a real moral dilemma.
And this right here, this is the moment everything changes. Edla intervenes. She doesn't do it because she's confused or mistaken. She knows full well he's not a captain. She does it out of pure compassion. Her logic is just so simple and powerful. She basically says, we invited him, we promised him a day of peace and Christmas cheer, and we shouldn't back out on that promise just because he isn't who we thought he was. She sees a scared, hunted human being, not just a thief.
So, Edla's kindness wins the day. But the next morning, they're at church when they hear that a rat trap peddler has robbed the old crofter. Fearing the absolute worst, they rush home, expecting to find all their silver spoons gone.
But when they get there, the peddler is gone. And he hasn't stolen a thing. Instead, he's left a small package for Edla, a Christmas present.
And what's inside is just astonishing. There's a tiny rat trap, a gift from him to her, and inside it are the 30 kronor he stole, with a note to please return the money. And then there's a letter.
In the letter, he basically reveals his whole transformation. He explains that her kindness, the fact that she treated him like a real captain, with dignity and respect, that's what gave him the power to behave like one. She let him rise above his own cynical view of himself as just a rat. And his signature, it says it all. He doesn't sign as a nameless peddler. He signs with the honorable name he was mistaken for, the name Edla insisted on treating him with. In that moment, he really has become the man she believed he could be.
So in the end, the rat trap leaves us with this powerful idea. The world might feel like it's full of baits and snares, but an act of selfless understanding, of treating someone not as they are, but as they could be, well, that might just be the key that unlocks the trap.